What's going on, everybody? Welcome to YGG's SPL weekly podcast, Into the Splinterlands. My name is RoguePatton, and I am joined by my co-host, Mr. Damour. What's going on, brother?
Hello, everybody.
How's
Looking
your
forward to our show. How is my?
how's your week? How's your travels going? Are you back home yet, or?
Oh, hell no. I'm still going to be here in South Africa for about another month and a half. So it is a long trip. I haven't been home in 7 years, so I'm really trying to spend some time with family. Right, a little bit of time
As
with
much
my
time to
dad,
catch up?
a little time with my mom, a little bit of time with my sister, my brother. Everybody, my daughter. That's where I'm at the moment.
Nice.
So yeah, it is wonderful.
Awesome, brother. Well, dude, we appreciate that you keep making these weird shows. I know your time frames are super off now, while you're
Well,
traveling.
it's 4 a.m. right now, so I'm up really really early and possibly waking people with my loud voice right now. So um, anyway,
Tell them land is here. Land
land
is
is
here.
here. Land
Preach
is
them the good
here.
news.
The survey is open, and
That's-
things are happening.
yes.
Um,
Yes. Things are absolutely happening. DJ, what is going on, my friend? How are you doing? Military dog over here is wondering, where did we end up claiming? And
so
honestly, fantastic question.
yeah, that is a great question actually.
Do you
And
know? I think we ended up. It was
we've
region 90.
we've got and I think the claiming
96
has
and
started.
97.
And I think the claiming has started already.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yes, please. So
You're waking people up.
I did actually wake people up. Yeah. My daughter has just woken. So you're right. I think those were exactly the plots, or not plots, but
Yeah,
the
so
regions,
let's go
right? The
ahead.
regions,
Let me
the region
do a little
numbers.
sherry share here.
Okay, wonderful.
First
And he,
time here. Hello, Eraserhead. Hello, welcome. Glad that you found us. The YGG
um,
SPL weekly podcast is pretty awesome, if I do say so myself.
Yeah, and I mean, look at all these new names. I mean, it's yeah. Welcome, guys.
Yeah,
Great to see some.
After Sound did us a solid. They had an awesome show over there where they took in 100 plots and they did the guaranteed distribution and
Oh,
opened them
right,
all on
perfect.
one. So
Yeah,
Virus was over there. Lorcas sent some plots too. So we had a couple people from YGG SPL that were kind of chilling over
interesting.
there. And yeah, they
Okay,
were that was in terms of opening land plots, I thought that that was the most entertaining at the end of the day because they were opening from so many different regions. And so, they weren't flipping over the same land types. They had kind of a guaranteed number in their head. So, they knew what they were expecting, but
yes,
everybody's plots were kind of spread out within the hundreds, so it wasn't like these next 15 or this one person's, right? It was actually pretty cool to watch. Pretty cool to
okay.
watch.
Well, I'm really happy it went well, and I think we should encourage the community to create more groups like that, because I think it feels good to be kind of guaranteed a certain amount of something, even if you're perhaps not the guy that's getting it, right?
Yeah.
Um, and also, what I think it establishes is, you know, we're kind of happy for the community together instead of just only thinking about our own little plot in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Um,
Yep.
it'll strengthen our community, I believe.
Yeah, I think what I was most excited about for land, and one of the reasons why I ended up kind of claiming outside of the YGG SPL claims is it was super important to me just to have neighbors that I actually knew and
Mm-hmm.
that I knew were actually playing the game and that
Mm-hmm.
we could get behind. So I got
Agreed.
really lucky last night. Lorcas, Tails, and myself ended up claiming some plots in Region 99 together. And,
99.
so
Okay.
so
Lovely.
Tails and I are neighbors, and gold matters from Twitter. I don't know if you guys know him, but he's got a track in 99. He was like the first claim there. So like I'm butted up right next to Tails and Gold's Matter. So like people that I know are going to be playing this game for a really long time, boom, I'm there with them. Plus, like, I didn't know that I was going to love it so much, but like Region 99, like, let's go. There's so much stuff with 99. Like,
Really? Is it
yeah,
a nice region?
like, I don't, it's just like, just saying 99 feels great. Like,
The
there's
number is
just so
cool.
much
It's a
stuff.
cool number. I get
Like,
it.
like Brooklyn 99 does a chat. So they're like, 99. And like, that's pretty cool. And then, like, there's the one song from, goodness, who is that? Guy, I got 99 problems, but whatever, ain't one. Hit me.
Checking the
What is
screen.
Jay-Z? Jay-Z. That's what it was. I was like, how do I not know?
After sound, gotta keep.
Yeah, After Sound got to keep, man. That was crazy. Virus will be here to tell us a little bit more about the craziness.
Hello, sir. Welcome.
Hello.
But Stever, what's going on, brother? I managed to get into 51 and 99. Wing, you're in 99? Yeah, brother, where you at? Let's go. That's amazing. Virus, I heard that you cleaned house.
Oh, yeah. I think I got at least.
What did you get?
I know I got 2 occupied.
Okay, well, that's great.
Are
they legendary occupied, though?
I think they're just common occupied. But
all right. But still, occupied is rare in all cases. In all cases.
It's super rare.
Yeah.
And I believe I also got a magic on mine. I have to go back and check.
That's really great. Magic is awesome.
I was so hyped watching him open that I kind of forgot all of what I was getting. And then After Sound opened the keep, and it was just, crazy.
How many plots did After Sound have in the mix?
3.
So out of 3, you got 1 keep. That's pretty good.
Yep.
That man, let's go. Oh, dude, that's one of those, like, that'll keep him up tonight at the end of the day. That's one of those things where you just start to think about like all the things. It's like, all right, do I keep it? Do I like try to like flip? What do I do? Like you were just handed a check at that point. You were handed a check. And so it's like, am I going to keep this check or am I going to cash in for something? Like he's just the options, man. The options are crazy. Lorcus, what's going on, brother?
Oh man, I'm so confused. I lost track of time. I think my stuff got surveyed. I don't even know what I have. I don't know. I'm a hot mess.
Yeah. Virus probably.
What was it?
You got.
What was it that Ted Lasso called it? A work in progress. There we go.
Goodness.
Maybe I'm that.
That's it.
Do you know what I got, Virus? I have no idea what I got.
I would have to. I mean, there was.
It's fine.
There's a bunch, but yeah,
there's a lot of stuff going on.
I think got a couple good ones there. I'm pretty sure that Tails cleaned house though.
Oh, did he?
You said awesome. Tails cleaned house?
Yeah.
That's great.
How? Okay, hold on. After Sound got a keep. You got 2 occupieds in an epic, and you're telling me Tails cleaned house?
Yeah, he had like 4 in a row that were like back-to-back magical occupied, magical something.
Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, so Stever starts Splinterlands TV in an hour, I believe. Is that right, Steve? So you're going to do this live on your Splinterlands TV stream?
Right.
That's
People are
pretty
opening.
Cool.
This is what we wanted to happen, right? The surveying is happening. It's starting. I don't know why we waited so long. It was kind of frustrating, actually, to watch it happen. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, so, Wing, he's in 99. That's fantastic. Real quick in here, Chooney is in the audience.
I do believe
awesome, so, yes. Chooney. Big fan. When's your next tournament, bro? Like, you went on to the People's Guild, you hyped up your stuff, and then you ain't done a tournament since. Like, Daddy wants an NFT. Like, I want into your elite club. Let's go. But awesome to see everybody here. So, Virus, do you have anything left to open? Like, where are you at? Like,
nope, that was all of them. The one thing I'll say though is that there's one of the guys that's in my region, and he was one of those guys that you'd always see selling the cards on the airdrops. It's Kush KYG.
Okay.
So I don't know if you remember that name from when you look like after the airdrop happens, you'd see like 100 cards that would come up. He's one of the main holders in my region, and he's doing the same thing with his plots. He's selling them, for a low price. So I might divert.
What's the low
What
price?
is that or I guess let's go take a look here. Peak monsters, buy land. What are we look 64? Let's go.
Okay,
I heard
so
that
that's a
was
lot
all the way
lower.
down to 59 today.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm expecting lower numbers, honestly. I'm expecting it to go down to 20. That's kind of
20. Wow.
20. Even
but-
with
So here's my reasoning, right? I think a lot of big landowners are going to open their land, and then they're going to get rid of their common plots because they don't have enough cards to manage all of the land they have. And then that's kind of what I see happening, and everybody's going to undercut each other. And I might be wrong on the perhaps going down all the way to original purchase price, right? Like $20, I believe was more or less the purchase price. Something
I
along
think
those
20
lines.
was the purpose price. Yeah.
Anyway, it may happen, it may not.
I don't
But
know.
if
I've got my eyes on I think 50's a pretty clean number. Like I will be very happy, and what I'm looking for is I'm looking for $50 with both the building in a box and the unstable totem. Because then that's where I kind of see it as like it was a $30 land plot with the $20 upgrades. And then in that's where I feel like I'm going to start looking to pull the trigger on some stuff. Because I'm currently sitting on 2 plots. They weren't anything special. I opened up 2 canyons. One was rare, so that was pretty cool. But I think my goal is just to own 5 because I want that title.
Okay.
And
I get it.
I would like to keep them all in Region 99, so I don't
and you're
have
running
to
out of
deal
time.
with.
You're running out of time.
Well, no, I mean like I'll buy them off the market in
Okay,
99. Like I don't got to claim anymore, but like hopefully some of the cheap ones show up in 99.
For sure.
But if not, I'll buy 3 cheap ones somewhere else and just try to go for the title, and then we'll see what those 5 plots do. Maybe diversify on what they are and go from there. But that's my plan. Virus, you got a plan?
Well, what I was kind of saying too with that guy that's selling plots in my region is that if I want to buy some more in my region, because I don't want to have to ship grain to other regions.
Right.
I'd like to have them all in the same region. So I'm getting kind of lucky that I have someone that's selling plots in my region. So if I do, so if I do want to expand some more, I could do that. And he's selling them with the building in a box. And he's kind of following, as the price goes a little bit lower. So I'm going to watch for a little bit and see if I should pick up some more.
Yeah. So this is Kush. Is this what you were talking about?
Yep.
Yeah, he's sitting on 65 right now with building in a box.
Yep. And that's the commons. He's also selling rares too.
That's a great deal, I think. What's his rare price? Let's see where the market is settling on these legendaries and epics and rares. 125. So that's lower than the market low before. It was 138, I believe, was the previous market low for plots.
Well, right now an unsurveyed plot is 123.
So that price has dropped. Okay, interesting. Yeah. Any legendaries or epics on the market?
We've got legendaries at 1500 is the lowest, but like way lower. Crypto Eater is 2500 lower than the next.
Wow.
Looks like a little cell wall here at 4K.
Okay.
But just one that is obnoxiously lower than the rest.
The other thing too with Aftersound's opening is that we beat the odds and we got an extra legendary.
That's what I heard.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And then
do you know when those are? He's going to send the plots back. Do you know? Is that tomorrow?
Yeah, I think he's working on that tonight or tomorrow. To send the plots
a lot of work.
Back. Yeah. The one thing though, I think with those openings is that the time crystals one. I believe the time crystals and the grain go directly to the person's account who did the the surveying.
Yeah, I don't think you
So-
can get those.
Well, you can currently send the time crystals to the accounts, but I don't think you could send the grain yet. So eventually, once they add the functionality to be able to send grain, those will be sent to the accounts that did the time crystals.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So
Gotcha.
Chuni's asking if a forest can make grain or if it has to farm wood. So right now in 1.5, everything farms grain. After 1.5, we don't really know.
Here's
That's,
how I
think
think
the short answer.
here's how I think it might happen is you're going to receive a buff for doing wood. You're not going to receive a buff for doing grain. But you know,
Maybe like
you
a
c- you-
debuff.
you-
It's like,
you can
look, sir, you have a ton of trees on your land. Please be a lumberjack. You're like, no, I'm a fisherman. Like,
Yeah.
oh God,
you can
Stop.
be a fisherman. You can be a fisherman, right? But you will receive bonuses for chopping wood. That's kind of they're strongly suggesting that you chop wood, sir.
Sir, this is a Caldera, not a Wendy's. You know?
Yes. That's my suspicion how it's going to work. I don't think we've got official statements that is how it's going to work. I may be wrong.
I think it would. I don't know. I could see it going in the direction similar to like what the buffs are right now for the monsters, where like you can farm what it's normally good at farming, but then like everything else could be like a debuff, and then some stuff maybe you can't if it's just logistically not possible.
Yeah.
But that little bit of freedom would be nice, just in case they end up like messing up the recipes or the algorithms or something when it comes to spell crafting, and we get like a cup, because right now pre-design, right, they don't have anything down on numbers. One resource isn't supposed to be crazier than another, right? But
Yes.
they could mess that up, and so it'd be nice if there was something built in that was like, if the market does stupid stuff and like there's not enough lumberjacks because everyone wants to be a fisherman, then like people can do wood on plots that normally aren't. But yeah, it's pretty good. So don't order fish at Peter. Jeez. That's about it. Yes.
So Stevers, I sold 10 commons for around 75, so I could get some more claims, and I have one rare for sale. But that's about that.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for rentals as well.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, anybody. That's actually pretty interesting, being able to like trade 2 of your commons in for another roll of the dice and some. I think that's actually really interesting.
Yeah.
Just like, so maybe that is the play too. Like, in my opinion, I thought like people were going to be like recouping some funds to try to buy monsters and stuff, but no. Odds are the majority of our community does have a gambling problem, and
So
they will absolutely keep going.
Speak for yourself, sir.
So here's Lorcas's haul, which is pretty cool as well. So a common, occupied, a common, a magical, and 2 rares. So this is Lorcas's. He's announcing what he got in the 100 from After Sounds show. So out of this, is that 6 plots, Lorcas?
I got 8 plots. There were 4 common, a common occupied, a common magical death. And
if you go for region 099.
Oh, they were in 99?
Yeah, they're in 99. Right. I am 220 through 227.
In the top right, you can search for region if you go 099.
Got 99.
Or maybe it's just 99. not use a 0, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, so these are.
This is Tails and Lorcas.
Wow.
So mine starts at 20.
Let's go. Desert rares.
Tails had The one's right
Yeah,
after
Tails
yours.
was right next to me. Good. I'm glad number 8 wasn't something, because like 8 is my favorite number ever, and so when I claimed 6 and 7 and he got 8, I was like, ugh.
It's
But
78
it was
million.
common desert, so nothing too crazy there.
Yeah, we see that back to back, the rare magical.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
rare, magical rare dragon. That's crazy.
Nice, man. That's some awesome.
Love it.
That's some awesome pulls, guys.
So
Congratulations.
21, Lorcus, yours is, you have an occupied
Yeah, I got an occupied and a magical.
and a magical death, and then 2 rares.
That's awesome.
That's good. That occupied is going to be really essential.
And it
going
sounds
into
like
this.
my tract is not going to have much stone, so that should help out.
Yeah. So looking at what the Subdial actually got, they ended up in 96 and 97. And I guess I'm not going to be too critical about this, but like I thought they were
about to be
really
a little critical. I'm waiting. Come on, go.
I thought they were aiming for stuff that was like super diverse. Like that was part of like their hold up and their weight and everything, is they were like, I got a feeling stuff got really crazy there and we just kind of weren't ready. Because I don't think we were aiming for this. 96 is basically all, there's nothing diverse there. Let's see what 97. This one looks better.
Yeah,
Got
there's some forest, water,
fire, desert, a little
even
bit of water.
mountain type. So it's kind of a little bit of everything.
I like that other one, 96. Let's go. So yeah, this is where YGG SPL ended up claiming their 2 regions. And then they real quick announced in the Discord, they were like, hey, anybody that wanted to claim, here's 2 windows. You can do it right now, or like for me, it was like at noon USA time. And I was like, hey friends, is anybody else doing something different? And so yeah, that's how I ended up in 99, which like I said, I'm super excited for that. I think 99 is going to be, I think it's going to be the best at the end of the day.
99 is great. Yes, why not?
Look at this. Look at this.
That's
Look at
pretty.
this. This is an active piece of beautiful. Look at all these colors. Everybody was jacked and ready to go. Nobody's waiting. Look at this. What do we got? 5 things still here. 6, 7, 8.
That's a lot of
handful.
desert. That's a lot of desert.
Handful. What's
Do you know who has your keep and castle?
Huh?
Do you know who has your keep and castle?
Let's find out, eh? Let's go rarity. Let's go legendary.
It's gonna be mythic, right?
Go kingdom. Boom. Keep castle. All right, so castle was right here. How do I tell? How do I tell?
Maybe
I think it tells in the previous screen.
On
Oops.
Peak Monsters, isn't it?
Telling me I jumped.
My screen
again.
says RoguePatton, so I think Rogue has it.
Damn, I would be
Ooh,
honored.
Has he been keeping secrets? Has
I
he been
would be
keeping
honored.
secrets? Is there a reveal
Let's
about
see.
to happen? He doesn't even know that
gotta,
he's
like,
the owner.
hella
I
zoom
don't
in
think
on
so.
It's my account. It's coming from within inside the house.
Oh my god! What just happened?
Sai Papu?
Sai Papuli.
Sai Papuli. Okay, I don't know the name.
Papuli. I'm gonna have to look this man up and probably send him a DM.
All right.
Be like, hey,
What's up?
you best
Respect
not
my
be
authority.
selling. You
We're
best not be
neighbors. We're
selling.
neighbors. What
So
you
what
doing?
about-
Right?
What about
All
the keep for your tract?
Yeah, hold on real quick. Military Dogs got it on point. Like exactly. The best Twitter advertiser is in my flipping region. Like 99s.
nice.
We're set.
Nice.
We're
man.
set. Twitter.
Nice.
Elon Musk is basically gonna fund our region. Like that's like we're going to the moon literally without you on a spaceship with Elon Musk.
Okay. That escalated quickly.
Really quickly. Oh, you guys didn't draw those same conclusions? Jesus, what? All right, so let me see.
all right.
Keep. in plot 2
So
is
Stever
owned
says,
by Neverside.
how about them apples?
I gotta write these names down.
How about them apples?
I gotta write a letter to my congressman. Dear keep owners, Neverside.
Well, so now,
Your taxes are too high.
your taxes are too high. But
He's like, I didn't set it. And I'm like, look, you're the one collecting. Like, I'm gonna be mad at you. Taxation without representation.
Offer to be his tax collector, and then you get a cut.
I should.
Ooh,
I will. Yes,
that's
I
a
will
way to
be
go.
getting him.
That's a way to go.
Be like, sir, some of these guys in track 2 are a little rough. Have you seen Tails' videos? He gets a little mad sometimes. I'll talk to him for you for like 2%.
So Stever says, I hear you're a military dog, but I up you Bulldog, Stever, and Tails in 98.
I mean, 98 does have like each track is its own owner in 98, and that's actually pretty cool. So there's 10 people in track or in region 98.
wow,
that is cool.
Yeah,
That's not
Lorcas,
bad.
you're one of them, right?
No.
And then from Tails here,
Oh, Tails is in the chat.
yes, yes, he is, and he's dropped Brybro owning 3 tracks in region 99. So there you go. Brybro representing as well.
But does he really? Is Brybro really 3 tracks in 99?
That's what Tails says. Yeah.
Oh, I gotta get with him. Holy crap! It is Brybro. Oh my goodness, I gotta talk to him.
I got a feeling Tails into the chat. He's been waiting for 30 minutes.
He what?
You see,
No.
we missed.
Oh my goodness, he's been
there. So there
dude, you gotta ring the doorbell. Like, what are you just sitting off in the corner all quiet, staring at us like a weirdo? Jeez. Hi, Tails.
What's going on, Rogue? I just got home. I missed all the fireworks here, right? I missed the after sound stream. I get here late to the YGG stream. We got Steve coming on in like a half hour. It's craziness here. What's going on? Something going on in Splinterlands these days?
Did you see what you got?
I have not, no.
Oh, we were just looking at it. You got some good stuff, man.
Yeah.
Okay,
Congrats.
cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
congratulations.
Yeah, so Brybro's got 2 of these. I don't mind that at all, actually. It's pretty. I don't know. We'll see. I'll have to just convince Brybro that these are his best 3, and that he needs to like just stay over here with us. Or maybe that's where I get my other 3 commons, is I get them on Brybro plots.
So
I'm a DM them.
Was there any benefit at a region-wide level to the research for the Secret of Praetoria stuff? Was that what they were saying?
No, it was continent, or not region, but
Territory.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So like there's going to be 1 grand winner and then 6 runner-ups, essentially. And from my understanding, it's the best and then the best from each. And then there was something else though. I don't know if they went all the way down to like the top 30 or something. Man, I need to just read that white paper a 7th time.
It's going to be interesting to see where all the top holders are across the regions. Like I know Central Fire has some big names. Mm-hmm. I mean, even in the Wild Northeast here, we've got some names I wasn't expecting claiming up by us, which is interesting. But it'll be interesting. This whole competition of, like you say, it's bigger than the regions, right? There's a regional competition, and there's also the territory, I guess is what you'd call it, right? So
yeah.
Take my territory.
I don't think, is there anything region wise?
I think some of the prefixes are granted by the regions.
Interesting.
Within the single territories. I think I have to double check the exact breakdown, but there's the overall Pretoria, title of emperor, whatever it is. I forget what it's, Vonok or whatever thing. And then there's stuff within, I think, your individual stuff.
Yeah.
So Chuni, question from Answer. Are you selling any plots in your tract?
Oh,
So
he is getting up close to you, buying you a drink at the bar.
I'm actually not looking to sell anything. We've been having some chats in our alliance for our region, and my feeling is, selling tracks for less than I paid for, even though the market in the near term may dip, is not a smart thing long term. What I want to do is I want to have a land scholar program, basically, because there's not going to be rental options initially or delegation options until next year. But I think I think there is an option technically where we can put together land scholars, depending on how delegated cards work for staking on land. So I'm going to probably come out with a video on that once I can confirm the technical details. But I think that'll be something that'll be much more popular than just piecemealing and fire sailing common plots, honestly.
Yeah. The common plots have
Look at this guy thinking. all the thinking coming out of Sinistry.
Yeah, well, it pays.
Figure it out.
The only thing I'll say with that, though, is that there's difficulty if there's not a system in place with the transportation costs, because there's transportation costs for just getting it out of onto Hive Engine if you want to. They take 12 to 15% or something like that.
Sure, if you're taking stuff off Hive Engine, but if you're doing everything in the game, for example, if you were to delegate me cards, right, and I were to stake those cards on land and then give you a percentage like Nifty does of the SPS I'm mining or the grain that I'm mining, that's fair game, right? So I think there's ways that you can make it work as a landholder, but we have to see technically how the staking of the cards, because I think one of the things that no one's really talking about is for land, the deficiency isn't necessarily for some individuals on the number of plots that they own. The deficiency is on the number of production points that they can effectively work the land, because you're paying like $50 basically to work the land in a stake asset, right? So you're locking up $50 to work the land. If that land is not producing a good ROI on that $50, there's better stuff you can probably be doing. So that's the key, really, is the shortages. If you have other individuals that have the cards but don't have access to the land, then that creates a mutual opportunity for success for everyone at that point. So
yeah,
I wonder how many people are out there that would
thinking
do that,
about the PP.
Because I've I've been looking at it, and it's I'm a little discouraged on how much grain is just going to be consumed by the ones that I have working the grain plot. Out the gate, I'm out whatever they need to eat, and for the most part, when you look at the bonuses, it's actually a little weird, right? I was looking at my rare plot, and I was like, meh, I have to pay for that 10%. At the end of the day, that's 10% more production, but that's 10% more grain that I actually have to consume within there too, right?
Yeah, and that's a great point, Rogue, because a lot of people aren't really thinking about that. They're thinking, hey, I've got this legendary occupied land, and I'm just gonna day one just start producing tons of stuff. And first, that legendary occupied piece of land is gonna take weeks to possibly clear, depending on how much PP you put on it. So it's not going to be active day one. But then also the amount of food that is going, or grain that's going to consume to actively work that land, you're going to need to either have a bunch of farming lands to support that production, or you're going to have to buy it off the market. And that's the beauty of land. And I don't think people are really realizing that common plots, while maybe only producing grain to start, the grain market could be very interesting, especially at some of these, big asset holders requiring, like I said, some of these legendary plots that they want to ramp up and put a ton of production power. If you look at the way it's calculated, there's some food resourcing that you need to be aware of. That's, you can't just just only farm legendary and epics and think that that's going to be great. You actually have to understand the supporting.
All of the little components are important and form part of an economy, which, I think it's beautiful.
You guys want to know a little deep secret that I've been holding on to for a really long time of what my day one strategy is going to be?
Let's go.
You guys ready?
Yeah.
There's only 23 people that are going to hear this. That's good, right? So you guys got to keep it to yourself. Can't go anywhere from here. Okay. Alpha information. Okay.
Stop recording.
So on day 1 of 1.5, the only plots that can be cleared within seconds of launch are commons, which means that only commons will be able to start collecting SPS in the first seconds of land.
Okay.
I don't know if that's true though, because you can use time crystals.
Time crystals, I thought you needed the wheat, but no, it was specifically the time crystals that I'm talking about. Like the time crystals are what you needed enough grain and something like that to they gave you enough to clear a common when you bought the pack, right?
The packages.
So what you're saying is potentially the people that have bought the regions could just not clear some of their commons and stack up on those.
Yeah, because the time crystals are transferable, right? And I think even sellable, if I remember correctly. So I definitely see some stacking happening on especially the bigger plots.
Yeah, so I think it's going to be interesting. I think one of the plays that I'm going to be looking at here in the very beginning is clearing the plot that I have and then going directly into SPS farming while that pool is completely undefined, essentially in that first whatever. And then I'm going to use my grain, essentially whatever I have, to just feed the workers until I need to, right? And just to see what those first day SPS claims look like. While everybody's kind of splitting up and doing whatever, because that's the only defined pool that we have at this moment. I don't think research points are really a pool of anything, right? Like if I put an hour into research on day 1, or I put an hour into research on day 50, I don't think there's a huge advantage to getting that first hour. You know what I mean? Because it'll just end up being a part of the collective hours, right? It's not draining from a pool, it's gaining. Where SPS is the other way. As people become established, then it finds an equilibrium there as more people are doing it. So it'll be at its peak in minute 0, right?
From what I can gather, Rogue, and I agree with your strategy, I think you're going to want to, when 1.5 comes out, where you can probably focus on SPS mining, because the pool opens up and all of a sudden the pool isn't split around amongst 150,000. From what I gather, people have enough cards to maybe, the large region holders, to maybe work maximum 30% of their land, maximum. So perhaps up to, let's say, 60% of that pool will be now up for grabs and spread out amongst 60% less shares, basically.
60% if everyone is going SPS. It'll even be less than that.
Yeah,
because
I mean, people are going to have to do grain to continue to work SPS. We're going to have to buy grain off the market, so it could be even less than that. So it could be pretty lucrative, for the first period of time to farm SPS. And that's also where, if you look at the types of land, right, when you get that double bonus in phase 1.5 there for the occupied lands, right, that's going to be big as well.
Yep. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. Day 0, that's what I'm going to go for, and then I'm totally fine once that pool equalizes. Probably within the week, it'll probably equalize. I'm fine taking the 2-day cooldown or whatever to switch into whatever my normal sustained production is going to be from there, because I don't want to buy grain. I can farm all my own grain and just not deal with that market, but that's my plan.
You should have enough potentially if you bought time crystals anyways, because you'll have grain with that to start.
Yeah. Is time crystals are not on the Hive engine yet, right?
I haven't seen
there's
them. I didn't check
time
yet.
crystals aren't transferable.
I think they're transferable among accounts, but I don't think that they're on Hive Engine yet.
Okay.
Yeah, you can see them in items under other on your account, I think.
Yeah, I can definitely see them on my land, but Yep,
so
time
grain has a
crystals.
ceiling too, though, of 1 DEC.
One
per-
DEC.
But that might be, I haven't looked at the calculations yet to see how much that is, but that might be like a ridiculous amount. If you need 10,000 grain per day to work your stuff, spending 10,000 DEC per day could be
$10 a day.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty crazy. I mean, unless the flywheel's going.
Yeah.
Then we can sustain it.
We're still waiting for the flywheel. Have we still got the GIF?
Hey, I tell you what though, like let's take a look at this. Like, woof. Come on. That is 912 Splintoshis.
That's pretty sexy.
That's the highest I've seen it since
the
when it was like
crash.
2 pennies.
Okay.
Here's
when
the
I
thing
started.
though, is when DECB is no longer for sale for this first iteration, what happens to DEC at that point will be telling. If it stabilizes or even goes up from here after DECB is no longer available for sale, that would be impressive, I think.
It'd be good news. I just don't know how that would happen. I'm not sure the mechanism to get there.
It's without 1.5, without DEC staking requirements in place, I don't think it'll hold. But that's why these next 4 months are going to be so key, to see where we go. So
Yeah. I was thinking about it the other day though. I was like, we look at the circulating supply of DEC being at 5.4 billion, right? And that's like a huge number because at our peak we were at 6.7 or something like that. Like it was pretty high, but like how much do we need just as a circulating supply? Period. That's where I'm like, that's not going to go down to 0 at the end of the day. What is the number of DEC that is circulating supply that holds peg, that keeps the whole economy going, keeps the liquidity pools, keeps the marketplaces like the in-game secondary market for the non-card market, right? What keeps stuff like Peak Monsters going, like in the whole rental system and that kind of currency exchange?
it's probably not honestly that much. If you look at, I think, and I haven't checked the recent rental data, but I think we were only doing like $3,000 to $5,000 a day in rentals. So that's not a ton of DEC just floating the rental market out right now. And you've got to figure that that's the biggest usage of DEC outside the LPs from a functionality perspective. So that's not a tremendous amount. So we'll have to see.
But how much has to be? So like when you look at like the non-card market here, the 24-hour volume of like $94,000, like I understand that. I don't know how much of that is credits, at the end of the day. But that's like the company has to hold some amount of DEC on hand to honor that exchange, right?
Sure.
And yeah, I don't, or like how much do we need to keep our liquidity pools healthy? How much?
Hot take from Stever, and land can have 7.5 billion DEC staked on it.
Is that right?
I thought everyone's putting the Rooney in their land. Won't need any.
Yeah. How many runners do you have though?
Not enough.
Not enough. Yeah, not enough.
No one has enough.
I tell you what, like I was thinking about that the other day, and like in terms of like whoring myself out, as a prostitute in Pretoria, like I'm definitely gonna be like I'm gonna be like, ooh, I have a Rooney, and I'm gonna be like flaunting it in front of all these like castle owners and be like, look at my Rooney, and they'll be like, ooh, come work my land, and I'll be like, I'll work your land.
Are you already committing your Rooney to your land? You're not going to play with it?
I mean, unless some nice castle owners got me a nicer plot to work, then I can go do
Ooh,
that.
okay.
They can take my nice 10% tax, and I'll work the crap out of that corner. Let's go. An
Okay.
epic magical. Come on, castle people.
Okay.
Well, so I got in mine, out of my 10 plots, I got 2 occupied, and I think I have a rare magical. And
Oh, that's nice.
maybe a little bit more. But I think all of those, or those 3, I would want to have a Rooney on. It'd be great ones to have a Rooney on. The occupieds and rare magical.
For sure.
Yeah, 100%.
So if I had just
gotten,
gotten,
Virus?
I have 3 total. So, but I want to, I want to keep 1 to play.
Yeah. You see, that's...
I can't decide right now. Like I think I have 7, but
oh wow. Okay.
But I think I don't know how often I use it, and if it's super helpful on land, maybe just put them all on land.
I mean, I could definitely see right now it's way more helpful on land. At least
like how many matches do you
more
actually
value.
Use your Rooney?
Well, I do use my Rooney quite a bit, and I love him in battles. Like he's great.
I agree, it's amazing, but I would say like maybe 1 out of 10. Like
I think Roonies are going to be extinct in ranked battles and tournaments moving forward. Honestly, I don't think you're going to see them.
Yeah,
only people that don't have land.
Every time I get that noxious fumes reverse speed rule set, I'll just cry while I look at my Rooney farming over there being a power source. I'll be like,
Rooney is like a great card, but is it really that much better than Deep Lurker? Like it's a good card and all, and one will be way better on your land than the other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, just from a pure ROI perspective, there's not even a debate.
Yeah,
unless you're like taking
there's
down
a flex
like,
perspective. Just only play gold Roonies.
There are some people out there who only play gold foil cards. Yeah, they felt insulted when I suggested they play with a regular foil Rooney.
Regular foil Rooney. I wish I wanted a gold foil Rooney. I kept pulling that handle. I was not lucky.
Okay.
Yeah, I just saw Jim Morgan bought one for I think it was around 2 ETH.
That's a good price. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it was from a player that wasn't a Splinterlands player. It was just an NFT collector.
Yeah, and he's trying to flip that now for 6. So
crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna have to talk to Brybro here this week. Be like, hey man, see you're in 99. Some nice plots you got there.
And with all the stuff about the next guild building that they're talking about, they're wanting to incorporate it with land. Yeah, is there going to be something with guilds and land in the next building they're talking about, or is it not going to be related to the land for this first new guild building?
To me, it sounds like it's going to be related eventually, whether it's the next one or not, because they kept talking about Roonies being useful for guild buildings, and to me, that's only happening if they combine this with land somehow. That's my super scientific reason why I think this is happening.
It's going to be interesting because, if they create competing use cases for Rooney, meaning you could only stake your Rooney into a guild building that maybe ramps up your SPS rewards somehow, or you can only stake it on land. I mean, there's only 3,000 Roonies, so you can imagine what that does to the price, because, if they're 2 very attractive options for Rooney, can only use one or the other. That's how you create scarcity and demand and value. So
do we get Rooney 2.0?
Well, I would just, if I was Matt and the team, I wouldn't combine it. I would make the players honestly choose which one they wanted, and make the rewards essentially, very, lucrative on both sides, and see the price of Rooney skyrocket, honestly. But that's just me.
There are a limited number as it is, right? We don't really want to decrease that, but yeah.
You don't want to combine yours up to 5x your power.
No, that ship has sailed. No one's doing.
You don't want to peace out and make the best picture you can on your Rooney?
I mean, Aggie even said on the town hall that would be crazy. That would be just a flex. But here's the interesting thing is,
I feel like burning your Goldfold Alpha for DC.
Well, I mean, if they built, so here's the great thing about Splinterlands is the team has the levers to pull to generate FOMO, to create basically, digital demand. They just have to basically pull the right levers and put in the right structures. So if they somehow put in place something where there was, again, a benefit to combining your Rooney or whatever it was, I forgot what it's, Rooney reconstruction or whatever, where when you combine like 2 or 3 to create a more super Rooney or whatever, not only do you get the visual benefits, but then you get the benefits on land or in the game that multiply exponentially. Then that's actually good for Rooney because it reduces the supply from like 3,000 down even further, which generates even more value. So I wouldn't eliminate that from the equation. I just don't think it's a priority for them because they've got so many other things that they need to deliver. But again, I think it's something that they do eventually revisit and take advantage of. So I think Rooney, like Lux, is one of those things that if you have them, you don't want to get rid of them anytime soon.
Selling for market value right now.
Well, I tell you what, I saw Lux pump that other day, and that had me thinking.
What did it pump to?
Had me thinking. Oh, I mean, at what, 1,500? 7,
oh, wow.
Something like that.
It's up to that. That's pretty good.
Yeah, if I go... Let's go look at some legendary summoners. Yeah, Lux was all the way up to 15 when we were looking. But looks like it's come back down to about... I mean, but we're at the price of Splinterfest now, so that's actually pretty cool. Got our $1,000 back. Like this was theoretically the sticker price, and that's really cool.
What's great also about the market, I like it. So if you look at the order book, because they took off stuff that hadn't sold for 30 days, the depth on the market is very shallow in a lot of cases, and it really shows you, like, if somehow things take a turn for us for the better here, things could get pretty spicy pretty quickly. Yeah. That depth on the order book is very, very low and pretty much across the board. And with land sucking up supply left and right here very soon, I mean, you got to feel pretty good about where Splinterlands is right now, and where it could be in the near future. So not to be too much hopium. I know After Sound's in the audience. He might be like overloaded with hopium today after.
You might have to.
It looks like what I saw. Did I see that After Sound got a keep on his stream? Is that what I saw in Peak Monsters data?
Yeah, exactly.
That's insane. Congratulations, After Sound. That's awesome. So I'm gonna put my tinfoil hat on. I'm gonna channel Darkest Night. Virus, didn't you say on the Mav server that his plots on the test server kept rolling keeps?
So I've been like keeping a close eye on Area 51. That's what we're calling our region, is Area 51. But so I was in Mavs. I was always trying to claim Region 51 so I could see the geography types I'd get to kind of maybe look at, like, oh, should I buy some, whatever kind of cards, start working my land. And so I got it 3 times, or I didn't get it one of the times, but Druid's Blood got it, and I got him to survey all his. But anyway, out of those 3 times, twice one was in 46, which was After Sounds plot number. One was in 36, which was not After Sounds, and one was in 47, which was After Sounds. And in this, finally in production in the main site, it came out to 47.
Wow.
But the thing is,
odds?
Well, and that seems like it's, should be tinfoil hat thing, but I looked today and I compared to Mav server, and the other keeps around the region that I was looking at were not in the same spot as what was in the actual site. So it wasn't that all keeps were in their same spot.
It was just After Sounds.
It's just After Sounds.
Interesting.
And he writes music.
Mm.
Well, now he's got
The plot thickens.
well, so he's got a prefix off that too. So now he's Marshall Aftersound.
Oh,
Wow.
Marshall. Okay.
Is it Marshall
Rick.
Aftersound, or is it going to be like Marshall Holy Auto Tuna? Like is he going to give it to his Rooney, or is he going to keep it?
Thanks for joining us, Stever. Enjoy your show.
Yeah, Steve, we'll raid you after this show, and we'll send all the audience over to go hang out with you. Thanks for stopping by, brother. Have a great stream.
Yeah, but I'm so hyped for Aftersound though. That's awesome.
That's
It
huge.
is great.
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean,
it's called a mythic for a reason, right? It's mythic.
well, I mean, it's fantastic because one, he's a community leader, right? The content that Aftersound puts out and the quality and the quantity is amazing. The live streaming, the Splinterlands TV, and then the stuff that he did to organize the group survey along with yourself, Iris, is huge, right? For the community, that's awesome. And so that's, I mean, what better ambassador would you want for Area 51 than Aftersound in that keep? So
yeah, no, I think that's going to be exciting, and it'll be great from a content perspective, actually being able to kind of just see how he's handling, how he's handling the keep and like what his strategies are. Plus, yeah, I mean, he'll make up from that loss on the gold foil O'Shaughnessy, so that's pretty good.
No, that's all he's going to have work in the land is all gold foil.
Gold foil O'Shaughnessy's. Just my keep is gold foil O'Shaughnessy. Aftersound, you hear that, brother? Your keep needs to be run by nothing but gold foil O'Shaughnessy. The most expensive.
Why start with O'Shaughnessy's?
He when he started, like, he had a whole story where he made a purchase on a gold foil O'Shaughnessy, like back when we were like full bull run, and that thing just tanked after he purchased.
So he lost. Okay, understood.
Right. So like he bought that thing maybe at like $500 or something like that.
Oh, wow.
And like the low was down to like what, 30, 50 maybe? I can't remember.
It was lower than that. I think we had lower than that.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. Aftersound. That's your that's Splinterlands. The biggest losses and the biggest wins.
Hey, that's how you dollar cost average, right?
Yeah, so average it out.
Yeah, just make your O'Shaughnessy earn you every penny back. You just stick him on there and
Stick him in the
make
mines.
him work. Make him work.
Yeah.
If you go to his YouTube channel, the first video that pops up is I made a big move in Splinterlands, and it's all about his purchase of the gold foil O'Shaughnessy. So
Yep. No, that would be great.
stuff.
That'll actually be hilarious.
Yeah.
You should definitely do that. But yeah, I was asking Junie, he asked which region did Aggie get, and I asked for his IGN. Do you guys know Aggie's IGN?
He's got a lot of accounts.
Yeah,
I know he has
he's a
some for
botter.
sale under Valhalla God, but I don't know how you spell it.
that's one of the accounts. Yeah.
You can also check, like, I think SMALP has one account. There's there's a number of them.
Smalp?
Yeah, small.
Smalp doesn't know anything. Valhalla. God. Valhalla Gods? God. Hey, there we go. Got one. So he's got a rare magical fire, 2 rare magical fires, both in region 1, and then a common occupied in King's Path. This man's only surveyed 3, and he's gotten 2 magicals and an occupied.
That's
He
pretty
probably
good.
transferred it back.
Flipping hacks.
That's
Come
pretty
on.
good. or he purchased it off the market. Who knows? I don't know.
See.
Um,
Dang it, Damour, with your logic.
Well, it's sorry.
You
I
right.
guess.
No, you right. Probably. That was, I mean, I guess I nobody's really paying attention to their transactions as much as remember when Rooney was going and everyone was paying attention to like what Nate, what Aggie, what Matt, what Cryptomancer, what everybody was purchasing for Rooney's, like everybody kind of had Hawkeyes on what they were buying and scooping up and everything. But yeah, I haven't seen anybody post about the activity of the team now on the secondary market for land.
So I did stream yesterday, Rogue, and someone
Yeah.
had told me that Cryptomancer had hit some jackpots on his stuff. He's in 31, region 31. I think he claimed 3 tracks and had some pretty crazy legendary lucks.
Really? What's his IGN?
You can just go on the map and see it. Filtered by legendaries. I'm 31.
Filter 31.
So
31.
Military Dog says, I got 2 occupieds opening 3 land. It does happen.
It does
happen.
That a boy.
The Alpha Gamer is the poster boy for luck with 2 gold foil luxes, right? And 2 pulls.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Look, there he is.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. In his 1 track, he has 3 legendaries.
What? That's pretty good.
Baby Omega did that today too. He streamed his opening on Splinterlands TV today and got 3 legendaries in 1 tracked opening.
What? That's like
well, then
insane,
he got the legendary occupied, right?
Yeah,
He's got
huge.
Who? Bebe?
Ooh,
No Cryptomancer.
There's only 4 of those.
So
45. Sorry, 45. I'm saying 4, but I mean 45.
So this is a legendary magic. So that's crazy. This is a legendary occupied. What?
It's more rare than a castle.
He got 2. Yes, it's more rare than a castle. Exactly.
And a legend. His 3 legendaries outside of his keep. 2 magic, 1 occupied.
Yep.
What?
Amazing.
Bullseye.
That's pretty amazing. Man.
Holy crap. You know, like, and that's bless his heart. He was probably sitting at his computer and he's like, yeah. Oh no. Everyone's gonna think that.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I programmed this game. Oh.
Oh, we forgot to say we already did the land potions and I got them only.
Yeah. It's like, oh, I didn't unclick land potion. Oops. Good for him though. Holy crap. What luck.
Great. That's a great pull.
That's amazing.
Oh, wow.
I can't believe it. That is man. So watching everything for the last 24 hours, how are you guys feeling? Are you worried? Because this is kind of a little bit of me. I'm a little bit worried because this was kind of the excitement we had when Rooney launched too. Rooney was very fun to watch. It was very fun to have people reveal for that whole week and everything before it went off the market. I'm curious now that 1's out and there's 3 months before 1.5. I don't know how long this excitement's going to last.
I don't have excitement. I have terror. Like, how am I going to work on my plots?
So you're fine with a 3-month break. You're just going to be like, I don't want to take.
I need 3 months to figure out what the hell is happening. At least 3 months.
Yeah, I would say I'm hopefully optimistic here, Rogue. I think the land prices for commons, we're going to see a huge run, not run on the banks, but run of supply of commons for sale. We're already seeing deep discounts with building in the boxes, putting land below almost like $50 for commons, which is crazy considering an unsurveyed is selling for like 123. So, but here's why I'm hopefully optimistic is if you look at, like, I was paying pretty close attention to the town hall on Tuesday, just before land was released, essentially, which is a huge milestone for the game. Across Discord and YouTube, the number of Splinterlands viewers on that stream, and granted, it was in the evening in the US, but it's still,
8 p.m.
But there was only 200 viewers of that key town hall for Splinterlands. So what that tells me is 200 viewers on probably one of the most important streams to ever, or town halls to ever happen in Splinterlands. We had 200 viewers. It tells me that the active player base, no matter how you slice or dice it, is very small. Like, you could say, well, that's not representative or whatever. Even if you say 200 and times it by what, 1,000, we're at 20,000, right? That's still a super small user base. So what I'm hopefully optimistic here is if land is successful here with 1.5, the first kind of like half version coming out in, let's say, the summer, and we can get a bump in the crypto market, and we get some more interest around NFTs and Web3 gaming, it could set us up for some really explosive user growth that sticks moving forward. And that to me is exciting because what that would do to the game and to the quote flywheel, right? So it really could make things crazy again here in Splinterlands. And I think that makes me hopefully optimistic because, again, we are just not at a critical mass for the scope of land and the cards and the player base, but we can get there. And after Sam mentions this on the stream a lot as well, is that, the game is certainly fun, but, a lot of it, the users that came to Splinterlands in 2021 came because of the ROI and the earnings. And we've been in a bear market for some time, and that has not been a thing. So it would be interesting to see if we can get back to that, and if land can be kind of like the horse that we ride on to get there.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
the vehicle that gets us, that moves us forward. I agree. And yeah, possibly I'm hopeful. I am hopeful. I've always suspected that we're around the 20,000 mark for, active players. So for me, that number is a comfortable number, but I would like that number to grow, even if it's at a very slow pace.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been actually pretty I guess I've never really been bearish on Splinterlands at the end of the day. I think there was a moment early in this year when I was positive SPS was going to a penny, and it didn't. So that was pretty cool. But we have a lot of stuff set up right now. I guess I kind of look at it as rocket fuel, right? So we've got Soul Keep, we've got GLG, we've got land, we've got the end of chaos. So like we're in between cards right now. We've got a lot of things kind of going for us. The way that they have the game set up right now feels good. And it feels like if we picked up any momentum, that it could carry us quite a ways to some pretty interesting places. So like the last 2 weeks, I've been actually a part of that WASDR program, the social app that they partnered with and all that. So I've been very active in there, chatting with some of the new people from that ecosystem. There's not really a lot. I would say like maybe 5 or 6 people over there. But it's actually felt really good doing that, like talking to new players again, watching them go through novice with level 1 cards and like keep like posting up there like I'm losing. Like there's one dude, he's like big in the WASDR community, right? Like he's leading the leaderboard right now and all that stuff. But like the man's got like a 20% win rate. And he's posting all the time. He's like, I've done this tournament. I've done this. Like, why is this? Like, my win rate sucks. I'm like, dude, that's awesome, man. And I'm seeing a lot of it. And specifically in WASDR, they're all posting from the app, essentially. So they're all sharing mobile battle links. They're all using the app, right, when they're playing this game. And they flipping love it. Exactly how I started, like a year and a half ago. So I'm almost having nostalgia again that it's possible. Like it's been so long since I've seen somebody new come in, and I'm so far separated from it that I don't remember like what the hell had me stick. All I have is like now that I've been here for a year and a half, I'm like, these things could be better. But I was like, man, what made me stick? And I'm watching like 5 or 6 people just jam level 1 teams into bronze nonstop and just being like, yeah, I gotta figure this game out. This is pretty fun though. And it's amazing. It's amazing to see. We're also in a YGG highlight week as well. So YGG's kind of highlighting Splinterlands right now, and so we're getting a lot more activity in the YGG SPL Discord. Some newer people coming in and everything. One came in today. We just took him into Heritage, so very excited to kind of see that player. Like, he jumped in and he's like, I don't know what I'm doing. I bought like $20 worth of booster packs. Here's a Grandmaster Wraith. I should buy some land. And I'm like, whoa, bro.
Wow. Okay.
Chill. You're gonna be like after sound
it.
and buy a gold foil O'Shaughnessy on accident. Like, bro, you gotta relax.
Yeah, but that's like this. But would you? That story, man, it's got to be worth it. I don't know.
That's great.
Do you still hate that? Like, it's
No,
an experience.
that's at the end of the day, he's still here. He's now like singing for the company, right? So like his direction since buying that gold foil O'Shaughnessy has not been in the gutter. You know, and that's the beautiful part about being a part of the community in which you're doing this stuff for. Like, yeah, if you just went to like Coinbase and you were like, I'm gonna buy this token and it lost 90%, you'd be like, meh, like that's it. But like, he lost 90% on an asset, but like what doors have opened since then, like it's like it doesn't compare, you know.
It's true. Yeah, I think one of the things that's unique about Splinterlands is the community. Like, you know, hopping on stream here with YGG and all of you here, or, you know, After Sound or Darkest Night or Walking Keys. I mean, the community, you know, everyone kind of knows each other, and it's more than a game at some point. At some point it becomes like, you know, this is not like a fraternity or a sorority or anything like that, but it's
like
kind of like, well,
wow.
At some point you're not playing the game anymore. You're just hanging out with your friends, right? And
drinking the
and that's what I think the community here is a lot of. So
yeah, I think you could probably even just the way that I like outside of community, you can even say ecosystem. This is a part of being a part of an ecosystem, right? Like Praetoria, even though like we're finally surveying land, Praetoria itself has existed for us for months or years, for some that have been here forever. Like, that community has been real. The exchanging of assets, the thriving within here has all, like, this ecosystem is more entertaining than just the game itself. And it comes on the backs of people, right? And so I think that's one of the things that I've told everybody in WASDR is, you know, what's one of the biggest what's the biggest tip to a new player? Lean on the community. Do not do this alone. Like, this is not a solo campaign, bro. Like,
it's not.
Come in, be here, and like fall in love with the game, the company, the players. Just fall in love, yes, with Rogue. And if you own a castle, I'll love you back.
That's
for a price.
50% of the taxes.
What about if you own legendary occupied land?
Hey,
are you flipping that?
I would. I'd go work a legendary occupied land with my Rooney. 100%.
Out of curiosity, have you, so for the new people that you were saying you're talking to, have you guided any of them towards Nifty at all?
Not myself, and the only reason why I haven't is because I don't use the service. So I can't really, like, I've said that a service exists called Nifty Arcade, but like I've literally never been to the website. I've never entertained that like myself. So I have a hard time helping or telling somebody to like go in that route, you know. But why do you recommend?
Well, no, I was gonna say, because all those players should be able to get access to, is it what, 30 days or 2 months or something like that worth of Max Bronze Chaos deck to play?
Yeah, no, that's what I heard. But yeah, Eros here, him and I are actually fighting it out on the leaderboard right now. He's him and I kind of done a lot of talking, and yeah, he's saying that there's been a lot of conversation about Nifty on WASDR. So, you know, I think me specifically, I think anytime anybody posts a battle link, I like to dive into that battle link and be like, hey, this is what you could do. These are the things you should avoid, blah, 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 you know. So it's pretty exciting.
Look at Rogue educating the community. One
It
battle
feels
at a
good
time.
again. Like I
It is
feel.
awesome.
When are you going to teach me how to play this game?
Lorcas, your rewards are. I can't teach you to do better than what you're collecting right now. Like, I just can't. Speaking of, I actually had somebody in my Splinterlands TV chat on Monday, and that was very interesting. New player, and it's funny again from my perspective, like on the growth that I've been in the last year and a half. I'm now at a level where I'm botting multiple accounts, but that's been such a recent development, and so I had to make it like real clear on my chat that I do not encourage that for any new player. Like months, thousands of games, log it all yourself, learn the game in and out, blah blah blah. They'll carry you way further than just like trying to go returns like day one with like a bot and renting and all that stuff. And yeah, so it was just interesting. I'm like, man, I've just come a long way in this game, and I'm very far away from where I started. And so coming back to that point and helping newer players has been really cool, really cool.
And I think that's an interesting point that you bring up, Rogue, is because I think when majority of us started playing, let's say in end of 2021 as an example, or earlier, things like Xbot and Archmage didn't exist.
Yeah.
We had to play manually. Unless you were a bot programmer, that this is how we grew up, quote, kind of playing Splinterlands. Now next generation, let's say this next wave that comes in through WASD, through whatever, through land or what have you, they're going to have Archmage and Xbot Lite and things available to them. So it's going to be interesting to see that stickiness or that affection or that knowledge of the cards and how that moves forward, because all of us, I think, know the game pretty intimately because we played literally thousands of battles. I don't know what that means for this next generation necessarily.
Oh, it's going to be hilarious. We're like that generation that had to work on our cars, and this generation is the one that owns Teslas. Oh no. I'll be like, yeah, just grab that wrench over there, and they're like, why? I was like, well, because we gotta
fix up the engine
up here. They're like, no, I'll take it in.
I think
let me submit a ticket.
It's gonna be back in my day. I used to run my ECR down to 50%, and they're all gonna be like, "What is ECR?
What's ECR, Daddy?"
Oh my god.
So there was this one time where they mathed really hard, and
so the best place to find an attorney that is bot free is the presidential circuit. Rogue needs to sponsor attorney like Manser, maybe Virus5.
Hey. Wow, way to wow.
Okay.
Well, that's what I was saying. So he was saying he's run tournaments since that podcast. But I've been specifically looking for Toonie tournaments so I can get my hands on one of these NFTs, and like I don't see anything. You got anything up right now? Where are you at, Toonie?
So public events upcoming.
I think the RoguePatton throwdown is scheduled for next week, right? So it's going to be on the calendar.
Guild has one coming soon.
Okay.
Good.
Okay. Well, that's good.
Well, it better. Well, but that's the thing. Like, I don't want to host one because I gotta. Or like, do I get a free NFT if I host one? Like, can I be in the club if I host one, or do I still have to win? But yeah, it looks like actually we just got a new round of SPS tournaments up too, so that's actually pretty cool. Gladiator tournament open, sweet. We've got another open tournament here this Friday.
A gold level one, nice. Let me enter that immediately.
Yeah. Oh, that's 15 SPS.
It is a lot. It is a lot. And
wow, Weirdbeard, killing me. Or is it even Weirdbeard anymore? It's not even Weirdbeard anymore.
And you're very likely not guaranteed that you're going to get it back, right? Because there will there will probably be more than 128 players. You guaranteeing yourself a 128 and below slot?
Well, the champ and diamond players haven't been able to play in the last few because they've all been bronze and silver, and it's league locked. So you still, like, if you're in the higher leagues, you still have to pay the higher price to even play.
You can't enter, and I think that's good, right? I think that's good. It does keep the stronger players away from the bronzies, right? And I think that's how it should be.
For that tournament specifically, I don't think it should be like where it's the open, where everyone gets to play all the cards.
Yeah, I don't
the
think
thing
so
is, if the big guys come down and clobber the like new players, the guys that's starting playing this game, how would you feel?
Oh, we're the fish out of water playing in a bronze league.
Okay, fair.
True. It's true. Yeah, especially for the open ones. Like, there's no excuse at the end of the day. Like, if you have every card available, that means you could have made those decisions that got you. And then at the end of the day, also, like, people that don't have the full collections, right? Like, let's say, I think this is something I experienced at Splinterfest, is there were meta calls, but meta calls exist within an owned card meta. Means that Shin Low is not something you always have to account for, right?
Yeah.
Never seen an Archmage Arius isn't a meta summoner that everybody can play. You know what I mean? So like that really took some people off guard. I think at Splinterfest was because they've logged so many hours playing within their own data sets of like, these are things that I have to look out for. These are things I don't have to. That, yeah, just everybody owning these like really rare ones kind of shook a lot of stuff up. Plus we had Rift Watchers, I think, just dropped before Splinterfest, and so like nobody,
that's right,
no one knew what was happening. Nobody was ready for that. Like, that was great. I loved it. I hope they do all major tournaments right off the back of a release. That was flipping awesome.
That's chaos personified. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, hell, we are getting up to about an hour and a half on this show right now. I think I'm about to wind it down for final thoughts here, but very exciting times. Tails, you want to kick us off with what your final thoughts for the evening? Something you're grateful about? Something you're looking forward to? Something that you hate? What you got?
Just very excited. There's the excitement around Splinterlands is palpable right now. Definitely is exciting times, and we'll see how it rolls forward here with Land 1.5. And looking forward to just seeing how this all works out.
I agree. Lorcus?
I'm excited. I'm pumped to see what other land I've got coming. And does anybody want to loan me some wheat?
What wheat? Was that a tea? You're going to get us demonetized. It's not.
It's definitely wheat with a T.
Virus.
I mean, I would be feeling like I'm doing like Beautiful Mind for 3 months trying to figure out the calculations for, I have, square root of pi times grain worked per worker PP times 800. I don't know.
Oh my God, it sounds complex.
But yeah, no, it's gonna be a little bit of anxiety trying to figure out, what the best way to go forward is with the cards I want, and trying to stop myself from like looking at the alpha beta cards, being like, oh, I need to, ape into those to get my, my PP real big.
Well, it'll clear your land faster. It's just a no-brainer. You got to buy all the alpha gold foils.
Yeah, but how much wheat are they going to take? I don't know.
Well, think how much wheat they're going to make.
Yeah.
Be like wheat masters.
Yep.
Yeah, but like if you
with a T, because we don't want Rogue to get worried.
Like Virus is on to a good point though. Like it's crazy when you get those like high PP monsters. Like, do you want them farming wheat? Or like, do you want them doing the research or getting the SPS?
Well,
like,
imagine if there's such a high demand for the wheat that the price, skyrockets.
Yeah, it could justify it.
I would expect to skyrocket at first, and the bottom is going to fall out before 1.5 comes around.
That's possible as well. That's possible as well.
Yep.
So do be careful out there. This is not financial advice.
Right.
And I mentioned earlier that there's a guy selling plots in my region. And do I want to specifically go out and target a plains plot if I don't
To
have
farm
one?
wheat. Yeah.
Just to farm, just to get grain, to get that bonus.
I definitely see the big landowners selling off key plots, or not key plots, but lesser quality plots for key ones like this, like a specific wheat one or a specific XYZ. You get, I definitely see that happening. Yeah, exciting times for sure.
Yeah. Damour,
And
was that your
thanks,
final
After
thoughts?
Sound, for sending out the plots. I just got mine a little while ago. Appreciate it.
Oh, wow. Sweet. Thanks, After Sound. Yeah, no, shout out to After Sound also for feeding everybody over to us to more continued Splinterlands coverage. Very much appreciate it. It was awesome to have an active chat, very new faces in here, so it was awesome to see. I had 18 I think at our peak, and so that we appreciate it. As content creators, it is always easier to put on a show for an audience. So thank you guys for coming out. We do this podcast every Wednesday at 10 o'clock. So if you liked it and you want to come back next week, please, we would appreciate it. But guys, it's exciting times. All right. Keep your eyes on the markets, keep your eyes on the horizon, because we're here and we've been here. And it's a great time to be here. If you're new, stick around, because this is only the beginning. But anyway, guys, have a fantastic night, and we will see you guys this Saturday for the weekend challenge. All right. GG, everyone.
Bye, guys.
Cheers, guys.